Yes, sir. You are loud and clear.
Kanhaiya, you have to allow Atul to unmute himself.
A very warm welcome to one and all. Sir, I'm audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Very warm welcome to one and all for this fantastic program of careers into financial sector. So I see a lot of attendees joining now as well on the last moment. Let them settle down. Okay. So friends, today we'll have a detailed discussion about what are the career opportunities into the field of financial sector. We have a very esteemed director sir with us, Rajesh Kumar Singh sir. So I'll just also introduce him as well. Let me start with my introduction. So my name is Atul Samani. I'm with ICFP for almost 5 years by this time, and I've seen a lot of students coming into ICFP as a freshers or as job seekers, and they have taken away a lot of good career aspiring jobs along with them, and a lot of avenues of opportunities apart from only job or career opportunities. Some of them they've also grown as entrepreneurs and many more. So let me also have a quick introduction about Sir. So Rajesh sir is an associate chartered accountant from ACCA London, and he's an MBA Finance as well. He's an alumnus of prestigious Institute of MDI Gurgaon. He has been into financial service industry and investment industry for over 2 decades by this time. In the role of CEO and director with ICFP, he looks after the programs, marketing, operations, and strategic initiatives of the college. So let us warm welcome to Rajesh sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Atul. Thank you for that kind intro.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick check, Atul. I am clearly audible.
Absolutely clear, sir. You're audible.
Okay. Let me put the slide also and just confirm me that my slides are also visible.
Sure, sir. Sure. Yeah, they're visible, sir.
Perfect. Then thank you so much. And then I'm beginning now.
Yeah, sure. All the best, sir.
So first of all, let me again welcome you all, as my colleague Atul has already introduced about me, spoken about me. So what I bring today to you is probably my experience of almost 2 decades in the financial industry, having been a finance professional for the last 2 decades, and having seen both the financial world as from the corporate side and from the academic side. So I bring that experience, my thoughts, my observations to you, and would try to answer all your questions on how to shape careers in finance. Okay. I would also give you one proven, when I say proven not just once, but over and over again for last 20 years. So I would give you a proven route uh, for building good, successful careers in finance as well. And how do you grow there? What are the career avenues? What else you can do? How to prepare yourself? So all that is what we are going to discuss. 2 ground rules, boys and girls. One, my team has essentially kept all of you on mute so that I am audible at all point of time, and we do not have any voice disturbances and other issues at all. But that doesn't restrict you from asking questions. If you have questions, you can write in the chat. My team, Atul and Kanhaiya, they are there. They will take up the questions. Atul, in particular, you should be tracking all the chats. I would make sure that I answer all the chats. At the end of it, we will also unmute all of you. So you can raise hands, you can unmute yourself, and then you can connect. You can talk to me as well. So that's about the format for the day. So before I begin and actually talk about the careers in finance, I would like to first begin saying that what is the financial industry? How does the financial industry look like? So in India, in Indian markets, if you see, in Indian structure, if you see, how does the financial industry look like? What is the financial industry for you? Is it only bank? Is it only mutual fund? Is it just a combination of these two, three things? Or what is this exactly? How complex is the financial industry in India? Or how big is the financial industry in India? Right? So in one single slide, I'll try to I'll try to give you a gist of what the structure of the financial industry in India is, and that would probably help you understand the kind of opportunities that it brings to you as well. So if you look at the financial system in India, the whole of the financial system, the financial structure in India, so we have an organized sector and an unorganized sector as well. Nobody can deny that then the unorganized sector exists too. So we have organized sector, unorganized sector. The organized sector comprises of, it has regulators like SEBI, RBI, IRD, all these regulators. It has financial institutions. It has financial markets. It has financial instruments, various products, and it has financial services. So it has 5 elements in it, 5 components in it, right? Now, let me give you a further breakdown as in what I mean by saying financial institutions, or what I mean by saying financial markets, how deeper they are. So I begin by first listing down unorganized sector, because that's pretty small in terms of the types, not in terms of size. In terms of size, it would be pretty big, but in terms of the types, it's pretty small. So unorganized sector primarily has what? It has money lenders and unorganized money lenders. I'm not talking about the NBFCs or the other lending institutions. It has local brokers, the pawn brokers. When I say pawn brokers, I would use the Hindi word there, girvi. So that the place where you put something on girvi and as a pawn, that's, there are pawnbrokers, there are traders, there are chit funds, the unorganized chit funds, not the regulated ones, unorganized chit funds. There are unorganized societies as well. So there are, these elements are there in the unorganized sector in the financial markets. The regulators, if you look at, so at the top of all the other regulators, you have Ministry of Finance. Okay, so you have Ministry of Finance, you have RBI, SEBI, IRD, and PFRD as well. Financial institutions, again, you have 2 parts of it. So one is a banking institution, and the other is a non-banking financial institution, what you generally call NBFC. Okay, so the banking institutions again are of different types. One can be a commercial bank, where you have the public sector banks, the government banks, and the private banks. You can have foreign banks, you can have cooperative banks, you can have regional rural banks, the RRBs. All these banks are there under the commercial banking. Okay, and similarly, you have a small finance bank, like you have AU, Equitas. This is a small finance bank, the emerging sector. That's the hottest property these days, the emerging small finance banks. You have payment banks, right? One of the most most emerging fintech verticals these days, payment banks. You have digi wallets like Airtel wallet and various other wallets. So these are the parts of the banking products or banking domain, banking institutions. Similarly, you have non-banking financial institutions as well. When I say non-banking financial institutions, they are financial institutions, but they do not work like a bank, right? So they have one of the core element defined in their business, which is not banking. So non-banking financial institutions, then there are development financial institutions. So these are like NABARD, SIDBI. So these institutions have been primarily, when I say development financial institutions, these institutions have been primarily established for you know, creating development for one or specific domain or various specific domains, right? One second, I think I have a query in chat. Okay. So that's about the financial institutions. Moving on, financial markets. So financial markets, if you see, it has capital markets, again, divided into various segments. So capital markets, you have equities, where you talk about the stocks, the derivatives, all the primary market, the IPOs. You have commodities, you have currency, you have debt products, you have debt products as well, right? The corporate bonds, the government securities, all those debt products. Then you have money market. Money market, I'm pretty sure some of you who would have seen the latest web series Harshad Mehta the Scam, you would have heard that term again and again, the money market. So money market is where the banks trade in treasury bills and the call money and the put money, where they operate and do their lending and all the settlement. So that's again a part of the financial markets in India. Then you have financial instruments. So instruments, I mean financial products. So financial products, you have the primary financial instruments, you have the secondary financial instruments. Secondary financial instruments, when I say deposits, mutual funds, or insurance, essentially means that these are routed through somebody. So that's a secondary financial instrument. And then at the end of it, you have financial services. So financial services include all. It has demat, it has brokerage, the typical brokers. Okay, it has custodian facilities, it has merchant banking, it has credit rating, it has factoring. Factoring, if you are not aware of, so factoring is like a bill discounting. Okay, so if a business has a bill, it gets discounted and you get kind of upfront payment. So it has factoring, it has leasing, it has hire purchase, all the portfolio management, wealth management, underwriting, everything comes under that financial services. Trust me, while we prepare this slide, it becomes difficult for us to put all this into one place, and that's why it is almost invisible to you unless and until I go on and explain it. Probably invisible to you on your screen. So that's the size of the Indian financial market. And on top of that, we all know, in the last 10 years or so, the way technology has intercepted, technology has helped financial services grow in India. So fintech has emerged very fast. If you talk about fintech alone, so fintech, we are among the top 3 markets globally. Top 3 markets globally in fintech. Financial services, again, if you see, we are among the top 3 markets globally from the size per se I'm talking about. So that gives you a kind of an opportunity that establishes the fact that financial markets in India are huge. They have large structure, large number of players, right? The size is huge, the opportunity is huge, it's emerging very fast. And that goes on to prove that it brings enormous career opportunities for you too. Enormous career opportunities for you. Yeah. So what are those career opportunities? Let's, before we go on and talk about that, let's just look at the few reasons. I could bring you here 6. I can talk about 60, trust me, but I could bring you 6 reasons why a career in finance is something to consider about. Okay, having been a finance guy myself, I can give you 60 reasons, but I'll talk about 6 salient reasons, 6 the most important reasons that I feel. So when it's a dynamic industry, it's not something which remains the same, which what it is today will remain the same tomorrow. No, it's a constantly evolving industry, right? So those of us who do share trading or who have read about share trading, we will say 10 years ago, the way share trading used to happen, today it's not the same way. Everything has changed. The settlement has changed. A lot of things have changed, right? So the products, the systems, the processes, the policies, everything keeps evolving. It's a very fast changing industry. When I say dynamic industry, one of the most important things here to also consider is that any dynamic industry requires knowledge and updated knowledge, right? It requires updated knowledge. You can't work in a very dynamic, a fast-paced industry with a knowledge which is outdated, which is 10, 20 years older knowledge. You need to stay live, stay with the updated knowledge, only then you are relevant, or else you become outdated very soon. Because it's dynamic, because it's fast evolving, so it gives you enough number of opportunities for growth. It doesn't limit you at all. It's exciting, challenging, and fast-paced. It's exciting in the sense that it has various elements in it, starting right from selling a financial product, to managing a financial product, to designing a financial product, to financial technology, to managing risks, to managing operations. It has all the elements of a business which you can think of, right? So finance here doesn't remain as a standalone vertical for you. It is fast, it is exciting, challenging, and it has an amalgamation of all the sectors that you can think of. There are endless career opportunities. There are endless career possibilities, starting from a relationship manager to a CFO to a CEO. I mean, you can be anybody, right? And probably the most top shot leaders, they come from an essential background of sales and finance. Sales and finance. I mean, if you go and think of today, just try your search on Google, how many CEOs of different top organizations come from HR background. You would be surprised, probably not even 1%. But if you go and figure out how many of them come from sales or finance background. So why these? Because they are very fast, dynamic sectors where people have worked, people have evolved themselves. They have a grasp, a wider understanding of almost all the domains of that business. Yeah. So that's what makes finance very critical. It's one of the most stable career choices. I would give you this fact here. In the last 75 years, of the whole of BFSI, when I'm talking about whole of BFSI, the complete banking financial services sector, the whole of BFSI sector in India has not seen a downturn. The year when the banking has gone down, the financial services sector has recovered that. The year when financial services sector has gone down, banking sector has recovered that, has fulfilled that gap. So as a whole, if you combine the BFSI segment, the whole of financial industry, if you look at India, so in the last 75 years, it has never gone down. The graph has never gone down. And it is probably the only sector that I know, if you know, you can tell me, but it is probably the only sector which has not gone down for the last 75 years in a country, right? So that's the kind of strength, that's the kind of stability that finance as a career offers you. And the opportunities are worldwide. It's not about just India. It's not about just moving to one country. It's like there are plethora of opportunities, and you have the entire world open for you. I mean, the way debit credit will happen in India, the similar way debit credit will happen in US too. There may be slight variations from the operations perspective, from the taxation perspective, that you always go and learn. But the opportunities for you, conceptually, the opportunities for you are endless and worldwide. Atul, so far, there are no queries in the chat?
No, sir, no queries.
Okay. Okay, so now moving ahead, I wanted to show you that if you want to build your career in finance, so what are the expertise areas that you need to build? What are some of the best ways where you need to build your expertise in, right? So saying that probably CA comes to be, CA maybe you are at the top of your mind. I myself am a CA can be at the top of your mind. That may be probably because we have lived in a society where we have been hearing of CA, the word CA probably right from our school days. Okay, but then CA for that matter is a completely different. Accounting for that matter is a completely different. It's just one of the elements. It's not all of the finance. It's just one of the elements. So what are the expertise areas that you can build on? You can opt for one or two of these areas where you can focus on. And trust me, even if you master just one of these, there are opportunities. I mean, multiple opportunities that open for you. So what can be the expertise areas? The expertise areas can be accounting, audit. So accounting and audit per se, if at all you want to build your expertise area in accounting and audit, probably CA can be a right program for you. Okay. Personal finance. So when I talk about personal finance, it has all probably the biggest of all this, the list that you can see in front of you. Probably the biggest gamut, the biggest space that occupies here is personal finance, because the services are very wide. Personal finance is the whole of banking, the whole of personal taxation, the whole of investment management, wealth management, portfolio management, whole of broking industry, whole of mutual fund insurance, all this. right? So it comprises of all the personal finance. So when I say personal finance, meaning that all the financial matters which relate to a person, right? So as a country, we have close to 30% of our gross national savings as a percentage of the GDP. So in a country where 30% is the gross national savings percentage, probably personal finance is very fast evolving. And which with a population as big as 150 crores, probably, yes, we are very fast evolving, and everybody maybe today or 5 years down the line would need I mean, everybody needs banks, but then 5 years down the line, probably everybody will need a advisor as well. Everybody need a financial planner as well, right? So that's the size of personal finance, the scope of personal finance. Corporate finance is something which relates to the company's finances. So the people who manage the company's finances, the company's assets, liabilities, the company's cash flows, the company's financial projections, the budgeting and all that, that's corporate finance. Okay. Uh, Financial planning, I have written separately, but it is one of the elements, one of the subsidiaries of personal finance. Okay, as I explained you. Financial analysis. So there can be some of you can be saying that no, I want to be into analysis space. I want to be into financial research space. Okay, so then your study should be focused on financial analysis domain. Okay, there can be financial management, the hardcore financial management. Okay, it has got nothing to do with personal finance and accounting and all that. It's hardcore financial management. Okay, there can be risk management. There can be many more other elements. These are some of the expertise areas I would like to talk about, where you go and build your expertise. If you build your expertise in some of these areas, probably you will be hitting the right spot. These have the highest potential as far as the career in finance is concerned. If you ask me, with my experience, I would say personal finance, accounting, corporate finance would probably offer you the highest number of opportunities. In that order, personal finance probably the highest number of opportunities. You see, the number of banks in India, the number of mutual fund companies, insurance companies, the broking companies, all these would be based on personal finance, right? So personal finance probably would offer you the highest number of opportunities. There will not be a dearth of opportunities at all. So because I am supposed to give you a short way of short and quick way of building a career in the financial sector. So as I said, with my experience, with my understanding, personal finance is one area which I would rate as the one which gives you the maximum opportunities, maximum number of opportunities among all the areas. Okay, and that can be argued, that can be debated. If at all you have something in mind, we can always discuss on that. So because with my experience, with my understanding, I see that personal finance gives you the maximum opportunities. So I'm talking about how to build a career in personal finance. Okay, so personal finance and financial planning, I said, is one of the elements of personal finance. So I'm combining them here. So personal finance or financial planning is something like uh, uh, planning for a person's financial goal, planning for the drawing the sketching the financial life of a person. So today, what I am, 5 years down the line, what I want to achieve, or 10 years down the line, what I want to achieve. With that, what should I do with my money? How much money should I keep where? In what products should I invest? Which mutual funds to buy? Which stocks to buy? Which and probably even which car to buy. I mean, that also has got to do with lending and investments and your lifestyle, your cash flow, your budgeting, everything. So that's the financial planning piece, the personal finance piece. Financial planning or personal finance, why you haven't heard of it much, or probably have heard of it lesser, is because it has evolved late. It has evolved only post World War II, because after that only people, the businesses started flourishing, people started having spare money, and that's when people thought, then what to do with money? Then you will need to invest. That's when probably banking sector got open, and you had the various investment products coming in. Yeah, so personal finance or the financial planning evolved a little late. That's why probably you may have heard of it late. The latest internet would be fintech. fintech evolved in the just last 8-10 years only. So these would be the most evolving areas: personal finance and the fintech. And they are interconnected as well. Most of the fintech companies, if you go and see what they are doing, so like let's say Paytm, what they are doing, it's a kind of a personal finance product which is married to technology. That's what they offer you, right? Uh, Go and see any other financial product. I would say 80% of those cases you would see it's a personal finance product which is married to technology and is being offered to you as a fintech product. So even if you want to build a career in fintech, you need to have a good knowledge of personal finance product. So moving ahead, as I said, I promised you that I'll give you one short and quick way to build a career in personal finance or career in finance. So one short and quick, when I say short, over and over, for the last 20 years, we have seen people building careers. That's what Atul began with when he started talking to you, that he had seen students walking in as students and walking out as finance professionals. So for the last 20 years, we have seen students turning out to be successful finance professionals in India and abroad with this program. So that's what I say, that it's a short approach, and quick because it doesn't typically take 2 or 3 years. It's just a 1 year program. It's in just 12 months, you turn out to be a successful finance professional, and you kind of put on the hats, put on the your international certifications, degrees, everything on your resume. So that's built the value for you. Okay, so let me talk to you about the PGDFP program, the Postgraduate Diploma in Financial Planning, the program which for you is a sure shot. Let me repeat that word: sure shot, and the quickest way to a successful career in finance. So this is a 1 year program which is completely focused on personal finance. What you study in the program is completely focused on personal finance. Okay, you will not study corporate finance, you will not study the other risk management and all that. You will study elements of that which is related to personal finance, not the generic piece. So it's a very super specialized program, okay, and which is made for the working professionals as well as the students, right? So meaning to say, how would the working professionals attend? Working professionals who are on a career break. Yeah, so meaning to say they have taken a gap or whatever, or maybe because of COVID and the lockdown, they would have taken a career break. So they can always get into the PGDFP program, Postgraduate Diploma in Financial Planning. The way this program begins is, in the program, the first part is the foundation. So we understand, we have seen in the last 20 years that we get students from various domains. Even the arts student join, even the science students come and join the program, right? So what we have done is, in the program, we begin with the foundation course. And in the foundation, we teach you the very elementary, the very basics of accounting, the financial accounting, management accounting, principles of management, economics. So we kind of make the foundation for you, so that you are ready to learn the core subjects, the deeper subjects, right? So at the foundation, we teach you these elementary things, and then we make you ready, that yes, now you are ready for the specialized, the super specialized learning of personal finance. So it's designed in a very unique way so that anybody can come in and really master the whole program, master the concepts. So this is how the structure looks like, as I said. So in the foundation, you study 4 things. You study about financial accounting, you study management accounting, which is cost accounting, you study corporate finance and the mix of economics bit there, and you study principles of management, right? So with these 4 things, you are as good as any other commerce grad with the same conceptual, the elementary knowledge required to understand personal finance. The basics of accounting, basics of finance are very clear to you now. And why this program has been made like that is, imagine somebody who comes from science background, or maybe an engineer coming and joining. Yesterday we had an engineer joining the program, okay, a BTech guy. Now imagine a BTech guy coming and joining the program. The first day when my faculty starts and teaches, let's say teaches preparing the cash flow statement for a person, okay. Now when he writes debit or credit, probably it will go as a bouncer to the BTech guy, right? But the foundation course, what it does, it creates that kind of a platform where now that boy, that BTech person or the arts guy or the science student, they are ready with that concept, they are ready to learn. And then comes the core subjects. So in the core subjects, you have 12 subjects, 12 papers, 12 modules to study. Okay. uh, the modules are personal, financial. I will explain that one by one in the further slides. So uh, there is personal financial management, there is investment planning and asset management. You learn about the regulations, not the company law or something, regulations related to personal finance and investment, right? So all the investment regulations and the legal compliances you study about. Different investment products like mutual funds, equity, derivatives, commodity, currency. You study about tax planning for a person. You study about the financial planning, the retirement planning, the risk management, wealth management, estate planning. All this is what you fintech. Fintech is one of the hottest property these days. As I was talking about, I was telling you that fintech is one area where we are among the top three in the world, right? And we have seen that a lot of guys from finance migrate and search for careers in fintech, or they want to create their own fintech startups. That's the reason why we even teach you fintech as a part of the program, right? So we teach you personal finance, we teach you fintech. So now you are ready for the fintech world. Today, if you want to set up your own fintech startup, or you want to get into a fintech startup, probably you have that knowledge. Then I was telling you, when I began, I was telling that probably sales and finance is what leads you to the topmost leadership jobs in all the sectors. So one of those things is what we teach you in the program as well, selling of financial products. So we essentially teach you the selling techniques, the selling art as well, and that too specialized on financial products and the wealth management. And during all this, if you look at the core subjects, one key feature that I will like you to notice here is the program has all the subjects, all the modules of CFP program. If you have heard of CFP, you can Google CFP also. CFP is Certified Financial Planner. CFP is world's topmost personal finance and financial planning program that's offered by FPSB USA, Financial Planning Standards Board USA. And we are the people which brought CFP education to India. So we have built an amazing command on that program. What we have done is the entire CFP curriculum, plus we have added our own curriculum like fintech, selling, all that is not there. Wealth management is not there in that. So we have added our own content, own curriculum to it. And we have built our new curriculum, which is PGDFP for you. So imagine world's topmost program in personal finance layered on with the fintech and the latest of financial education, financial expertise areas. That combined together is what the program is for you. And it's delivered in a very practical way. It's not just the conceptual, the teaching. It has projects, it has the capstone project, it has mock test, interactions, activities. So it's done in and delivered in a very different way. It's like we mentor each of the students individually for their careers. So that's about the curriculum. If you want me to detail you the curriculum, we can always connect that, because if I explain you all the ingredients of each of the modules, that will take much longer time. But we can always send you the ingredients of each of the module, right? So what this program does, the PGDFP program, what it does for you is, one, it brings you a learning, which is an amazing, which is probably, as I said, world's topmost program in personal finance, combined with the best of fintech and the latest emerging trends in finance. That's what is combined together. Probably an unbeatable combination. And the best part is, it's as of now it's happening, it's a regular program, but it's happening online, the hybrid mode, because of the COVID thing and all. But yes, April onwards it will be in regular class format. As of now it's happening in the hybrid mode, the online mode only. I have talked about the world's topmost personal finance curriculum. That's a part of this. So not even one single chapter is there which is in CFP and which is not in PGDFP. Every single thing which you have in CFP is covered, and on top of that, 100% add on something more added to it. So it's like twice of CFP is what you actually study and emerge out to be. Certification, coming to certification, when you complete the program, what it actually you walk away with. So you walk away with a job, that's for sure. Walk away with a career, that's for sure. But additionally, what you get is you have an option of dual diploma. So within 1 year, you can get two diplomas, two PG diploma, two postgraduate diplomas, right? And it's a 10-in-1 professional program. So in one program, you can earn up to 10 certifications. Now I can tell you, give me one example where in one program itself, and that too in 1 year, you are getting 10 professional certifications. So those 10 certifications are two of the diplomas, two postgraduate diplomas, which is one is an autonomous diploma offered by ICOFP, which is an industry recognized diploma. Second is a government recognized diploma offered by JNT, Jawaharlal Nehru Technical Education. So that's two of the PG diplomas. Then you have 4 certifications of CFP, 4 certifications offered by FPSB USA board, right? Of course, you have to write the exam separately. You have to enroll with them separately. That's a separate thing, but you will not have to study for that separately because you have been already prepared by us, right? And not only prepared for that, you have been prepared twice of that. Okay, so that becomes a kind of a cakewalk for you. So FPSB USA, with that you get 4 certifications, one on completing level 1, level 2, level 3. So the CFP is a 4-level program. CFP level 1, level 2, level 3, you get 3 certifications. And then final, when you complete, you get a CFP certification. So 4 certifications of CFP, 2 from PG diploma. So that makes it 6 certifications and 4 certifications of NISM. So we have integrated NISM, NSE, BSE, the government recognized, the SEBI recognized certifications in the program, right? So government recognized, SEBI recognized, industry recognized certifications, which open plethora of opportunities for you, right? So those certifications are from the derivatives side, equity derivatives, commodity derivatives, currency derivatives, and then from mutual fund side, NISM mutual funds. So all those 4 certifications. So that makes 10 certifications. You are taught, you are prepared for 10 top certifications within one single program. That's the strength of the program. Imagine on your CV, if you have 10 certifications, which has 4 international certifications, 4 industry recognized certifications, and 2 PG diploma in 1 year. And somebody else applying there with the same. His CV says 2 years MBA or 1 year PG diploma. That's all. The kind of knowledge, the kind of program content that you have studied is unbeatable. That program doesn't have. The kind of certifications you have, it's not even 10% is what is there on the other person, right? So that's the kind of expertise that we actually build. And that's why we say it's the sure shot way for a career. So outcome, I have talked about that this is what it leads you to. It leads you to a career. So enrollment, so the steps that you have to follow is, if you want to enroll, you have to enroll, you can register online. There is a registration fee of 1,000 rupees only. You have to qualify the test or the PI, a personal interview with the faculty. So that Atul will facilitate, Atul will arrange that. Once you register, Atul's team will, Atul is the program leader, he heads the program. So Atul's team would coordinate with you and would fix up your personal interview with one of our faculty members, and the faculty would interview you, and based on that score you would be selected or rejected. The selection criteria can be a little stringent. Why? Because, as I said, because we say that it's a sure shot, so we want to be sure ourselves that yes, we can place this student, right? Only then we will go for it. So Atul will help you with that interview and all. Once the assessment is done, you are selected, you can pay the fees, you can enroll for the program and move on. Now, as far as admission is concerned, we have exclusive student loan arrangement as well, wherein for 1 year, if you take the student loan, it's a 0% interest-free, absolutely interest-free student loan arrangement for you too. That again, Atul will facilitate, Atul will help you with. Yeah, so that's the kind of conveniently we have designed so that it's easy for you to enroll, it's easy for you to pay, it's easy for you to build your career. So who it is for both the career-oriented students. So as I said, we are not looking for students. We don't want the students who just want a degree, a 2-year MA, MCom, MBA degree to come come to us? No ways. We don't want to. We want only the career-oriented students, the students who want to land up at a career, at a job in flat 1 year's time, because that's how we are going to prepare you for. Yeah. So we are looking for those students to come to us, to join the program, or working professionals from financial industry or from other industry on a career break who want to add to their knowledge, add value to their CV and come back to the industry. A quick look at some of our faculty members. I can't put all the faculty members here, of course, but some of our faculty members. So starting with PGDFP program. So the first person, Madhu Sinha, she is the program head for this person. She is one who heads the entire academics for PGDFP program. Now, Madhu is a celebrated writer. She has written books in personal finance. She is also the former director of FPSB board in India, the FPSB Financial Planning Standards USA board. When the board was established in India, she was the director for it as well. Yeah. So she brings a lot of credibility. Now, imagine the FPSB USA director, the person who has headed that entire FPSB in India, that person coming and teaching you. She comes from an amazing background of SBI, UTI mutual fund, and then has been teaching for the last 17 years. So kind of a 30 years experience combined and with corporate and academics world, and coming and teaching you live, right? So that's the kind of faculty members that we have built on. If you see, all the faculty members would be CFA, CA, CFP, PhD. So nobody less than that. So it's not like a typical MBA college where I pass out from an MBA today and 2 years later I become a faculty there. No ways. So that's what we have been very stringent on, having quality faculty, quality delivery, and preparing our students, mentoring our students, so that our conviction of saying that it's the sure short way of building career is proven again and again. This is where some of our alumni have been working. Again, some of, because I can't fit everything in one slides. So this is where some of our students have been working, among the big fours, among the topmost banks, among the topmost wealth management companies, among the topmost credit rating agencies, among the topmost foreign banks. And our alumni are working everywhere. Our alumni are in USA today, alumni are in Australia today. And that's not for me to say. If you want, Atul, if you want, we can connect you to those alumni who are in Australia or US. You can talk to Atul. He will be able to connect you to them, and you can talk to them. So that's the kind of alumni network we have built. Unlike any other college where you have the alumni, some alumni working in HR department, some alumni working in ops and all that, because the college has different segments. Our alumni network of entire 12,000 alumni are hardcore finance guys. So our alumni network gives us that conviction that yes, because we are from finance, so all these we have a very strong presence across all these companies. Little bit about us before I finish. I would like to talk about the college, the institution that I represent, institution that I'm heading. So ICOFP, International College of Financial Planning, we were established in year 2002 by Bajaj Capital. Bajaj Capital is one of India's most respected, most trusted wealth management companies for last 57, 58 years. So imagine the kind of network, the kind of knowledge, the kind of credibility we have built over the last close to 60 years, 6 decades, a company working in India for 6 decades in financial sector, right? So imagine the kind of network we have built. That's the reason why we say that we know how to prepare you for your career in finance. The programs are recognized not just in India, recognized globally, with international certifications built into the program, and preparing you with the best of the education. That recognition is there. That recognition is by default there. We are also one of the most awarded super specialized college. I emphasize the word again, super specialized. We don't teach MBA finance or PG finance. We teach super specialized. So PG financial planning, PG financial analysis. That way we teach super specialized programs only. That's one reason why we say that we are distinct. I am not Me Too kind of an institution who will start teaching anything and everything. I'll teach super specialized program, which makes my students expert and helps them in their career. We have a 100% track record. That's what I've been saying, that over the last 18 years, year on year, We have seen students walking away with a job, a professional certification, and beginning their successful careers. And not just 1 year or 2 years, for the last 18 years, every year 100% placement. So that's the kind of track record we have built on. So for all of you who have attended the webinar today, I understand you took out time. You have a serious interest of building a career in finance. That goes on, because otherwise today there is no lack of webinars, or no lack of talks like this. So for all of you who are willing to build your career, and let me again focus, who are serious career oriented students, right? For them, we have a small offer for you, a small but exciting offer for you today. So what you need to do is, as I said, the first thing that you need to do is register. If you register today or maximum by tomorrow, that registration fee of 1,000 rupees is waived off. So registration becomes absolutely free for you. So that's the first thing for you to do. I am not asking you that you need to pay the fee straight away. You need to register first, so that you are taken to the personal interview, the test level, right? So you apply. The first thing is apply. Application fee of 1,000 rupees, the registration fee of 1,000 rupees is waived off. So that means you register, and then our program leader Atul, his team coordinates with you, fixes up your interview with the faculty, right? Once you get selected, if you don't get selected, that's other story completely. But if you get selected there, if you get selected in the interview, and if your interview selection process is finished by 20th Jan, so in next 3 days, by tomorrow you complete your registration. That's for free. And then if you complete your interview and selection process by 20th Jan, you get a waiver of 15,000 on your admission fee. You get a waiver of 15,000 on your admission fee. Okay, so that's the important thing. Of course, I would say that registration, because registration is free, you should register straight away. You should register and go for a personal interaction, go for that interview, go for the assessment by the faculty. Let's see if you get selected or not. Who knows? If you do not get selected, then you will at least get a feedback, as in what else you need to improve on. If you get selected, fair enough. You're welcome to ICUFP. You are welcome to building a career in finance, right? So that's the way to begin with. That's what you need to do. Now, the question that in your mind would be how to register. Atul, if you can put the registration link in the chat, and also if you can put your mobile number in the chat, or maybe your so number is anyways here. You can note down these numbers. We will send you a link as well on your SMS, but you can Atul can also put the link in the chat. So that's the way to connect. That's the way to register. My suggestion to you would be register today. Why tomorrow? Registration fee 1,000 rupees is waived off till tomorrow. But why wait till tomorrow? It's a quick registration that you can do today. Register today. Go for the test. At least get yourself evaluated. Talk to the faculty. You will also be seeing the faculty, talking to the faculty, right? And then figure out how it helps. Join the program and come and build your career. Okay? So that's what I had from my side, giving you one successful, proven, and the quickest way. It is quicker than any other MBA program. It is sure shot than any other MBA program, because UGC, AICT, all these, they bind my hands and don't allow me to write that it's a guaranteed placement. Otherwise, I would have loved to do that. Yeah. So it's a kind of a program which actually guarantees you a career. So that's all from my side. Atul, are there any questions in the chat, any queries in the chat that I need to
Vandana, sir, Vandana has a question. Do we also get placement from your end? You've already answered, sir, but still you can take up the question, sir.
Yeah. So Vandana, yes, the program itself is a career-oriented program. It's not a theoretical program. As I said, we ourselves are not looking for people who are coming for degrees or coming for diplomas. We are looking for people who want careers, who want placements. My team is going to prepare you for next 1 year to get placed. It's a 100% placement program. That's what we have been doing for the last 18 years. I have a private chat as well. Bishwajit writing, is the program regular? So Bishwajit, I've answered that. The program is a regular program. It runs Monday to Friday. As of now, it's running in online mode because of the COVID protocols. But yes, April onwards, we will be back to campus and it will be a campus program. So
Friends, you can
Atul has
please
given you
be,
the link here. Atul
yeah,
has posted the
share
link
the
here.
link.
You
Yes,
can
sir.
copy the link. Any other questions, or if somebody wants to talk to you, you can also raise hands and my team will unmute you one by one. We can talk to each other. I can answer you your queries.
Friends, let's be open. Let's please share your queries. So most of them I interacted myself for the confirmation of the today's webinar. So they are familiar with me. So I would request all of you, whomever were reached by me or Neha ma'am, please try to be open and please ask all your queries possible.
So Atul, I think what you can do is, because they do not have a query here, what you can do is you can send them the registration link as well. I want them to register and register at least, so that because anyways, it's not like they are spending any money for it or something. They can register. They can take the interview. They can attend the interview with the faculty. They can
Sure,
get
sir.
assessed, and then of course you can connect with them. You can give them the complete detail of the program, the curriculum, everything. You can share with them. You can talk to them and help them.
No problem, sir. No worries. I'll
Yeah,
do that, sir. Yes, sir.
perfect. So
Thank you
shall we
so very
sign
much,
off?
sir.
Shall we sign
Uh,
off, Atul?
yeah, I think it's good time to go. Friends, one last reminder: if you have any queries, please feel free. Do not hesitate. Sir is available.